Got that zen feeling. I feel calm, which I think is something you need when you live in the city.
Today we're in a 1963 Corvette Convertible, Restomod. A Restomod is a mix of old and new technology. Classic styling with modern comfort, performance, and reliability. The engine gives off 390 horsepower, which is a lot given the fact that it's a fiberglass body and has really skinny tires. Today's guest is Tony King of King & Partners. In the early 2000s, Tony was responsible for launching the e-commerce for Gucci, Alexander McQueen, Stella McCartney, YSL, and Bottega Veneta. Right now we're cruising over to Tony's office in Midtown, and once we pick him up, we're gonna shoot downtown to Nolita to 152 Elizabeth Street. He's probably by far one of the biggest car enthusiasts that we've had on the show so far. Tony, how's it going?
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Cool.
I'm excited to go for a ride with you today.
Yeah, me too.
I know you're such a car guy, and we have an incredible property to see.
I can't wait. Let's go.
Let's go.
So I'm pretty familiar with the building we're going to.
Oh, great.
Yeah, my friend worked on the branding, so
cool.
I've looked at a lot of renders of it, but I've never been inside.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. And I know all about Ando and the work he does, so
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the details.
You know, his mission was to make a quiet sanctuary, and you really feel it the second you step in the building.
Yeah.
It's very zen.
Yeah.
63?
You're gonna get a couple of those people on every block.
Yeah. So I'm a member of the Classic Car Club.
Yeah. Me too.
And oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen you there. So
I've been there probably twice, but I remember.
Yeah. So as you're driving around in all the different cars, it's interesting to see the different types of attention that each car brings.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like this one the best. When you pull up in some of the newer ones, it's a different vibe.
Yeah.
This here is like genuine guys like that there, sharing their war stories. So have you always been into cars?
The whole time. Yeah, I mean, when I was a kid, my dad didn't have crazy cars, but was very into cars. We would go and see car racing and things. And then actually I had a lot of cars when I was a teenager and when I was 20-something in London. But when I moved here, I kind of didn't have a car for a long time. I eventually bought a Jeep for $700. I paid my friend $100 a month for it. And I got this.
A Corvette 63? 63?
Yeah, and I ended up getting this Jeep, and then I suddenly realized that actually having a car in New York is pretty good because you get to leave New York very easily.
You do.
And it became my way of just getting rid of stress, going for a drive in the evening and getting away at the weekends.
Yeah. So what's in your stable at the moment?
Well, Land Rover Defender.
Okay.
97 D90, which is pretty cool. The 1990 911 964, which is slate gray, and it's like in perfect stock condition. It looks like it just came off the factory floor. I have a Porsche Macan GTS, which I drive all the
Daily
time.
driver?
Yeah, which is awesome. And then I just picked up a McLaren 570S Spider as well. So,
Beautiful. Which
I'm pretty pleased with. And it's so nice, the Spider, just press a button and the roof is down. I've never had a convertible before.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
I love convertibles. I know that, a lot of purists like the coupe versions, but look, I'm not on the racetrack, so if I lose a second here or there, I'm fine with it, because to have this, it really adds to your drive, I think.
Completely, yeah. And like the Spider's, it's the hard top convertible anyway, so I feel like it's both cars really. And I know that, as you say, purists, so it's a second slower around the Nürburgring. I'm not driving around the Nürburgring, so it's all
down
good.
Park Avenue, it's fine.
I'm all good, yeah. I get to see the stars and the sunshine, which is great, yeah.
You seem to have really created a niche for yourself in the luxury branding world.
Yeah, a little bit. So, when I first came to America, I worked for a lot of really boring Fortune 500 companies, helping them with branding and websites and content. And all my friends were working in fashion and luxury, and I thought there's got to be a way I saw the industry needed help in terms of digital and branding. So I thought maybe I can offer my services to some of my friends. So I started doing, free logos or free websites. And one day I got a phone call from Gucci Group. Gucci said, apparently you're the guy that knows e-commerce and digital, and we need your help in the fashion industry. And I went to work for Tom Ford.
Were you like this when the call came
pretty
in?
Much,
Who is this?
Yeah, pretty much. I was living in a loft on Ludlow Street with a few freelance clients, no one you'd ever heard of. And the call came as a really nice surprise, and I went to talk to them and ended up becoming the design director for Gucci Group. They're asking for strategy and design and creative direction and ideas on technology, and we launched Gucci.com, and I went on to help them with Alexander McQueen and Stella McCartney and Yves Saint Laurent, Bottega Veneta, and really thought, hang on, if Gucci needed this much help, maybe the whole industry needs help. And after a couple of years of doing that, I resigned from Gucci, started my first company called Create the Group, signed Gucci as my first client on Monday, so it was great.
Do you watch Vin Wiki on YouTube at all?
Yeah, with Ed.
Yeah. Do you know him?
I've never met him, but I know of him.
His voice is so soothing. Like
I know. The southern drawl. It's like I want to just go to sleep.
Yeah. He should do a car guy bedtime book.
Yeah. Now it's time.
Ed, if you're watching, which you're not, do a car guy bedtime book.
We would both read it.
Yeah.
Listen to it.
So this is it right here on the corner.
Yeah.
Hey,
Leonard,
good to see you.
great to see you.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you, Leonard.
Come on in.
Yeah.
So welcome to the 4th floor. This is the last remaining full floor apartment at 152 Elizabeth. It comprises over 4,000 square feet in space with 4 full bedrooms, a powder room, and of course this magnificent entertaining space. It's asking $13.75 million. And of course you did note there's parking. So here we're looking in 4 directions. It's unusual to have a building of this size in this location, which is the heart of Nolita, looking in multiple locations. And again, you see the traditional hallmarks of an Undo concept, which is steel, glass, concrete, wood. And then if you look out the window, you will see a touch of green because on the south side of the building is this magnificent green wall. Which we can
Floors are amazing.
Yes, the flooring is all Denizen, and note the width and thickness of them. They also have these beautiful butterfly joints and like finely crafted furnishings. It's a very unusual wood to be seen from a developer. In fact, it's the first and only time it's happened, and chances are it's the last time because it's really expensive.
Yeah.
It's so quiet in here.
So incredibly quiet, but what Ondo wanted to do was he did not want to be in a remote location. He wanted to celebrate being in the heart of Manhattan with all the conveniences at your doorstep. So everything that you want from Manhattan is walkable, but as you arrive in this building, it's a sanctuary of peace and calm and quiet. And I think he's really achieved that here. So one of my favorite features of this apartment is the kitchen, because everyone harps about a kitchen and the appliances. Of course the appliances are the best. It's all gaga now. But this to me is extraordinary, where the seamlessness and the purity of everything goes to the extent of the counter. All you do is simply slide this open. And ta-da. That's the closest I'll ever be to being Siegfried or Roy. So what I think is extraordinarily impressive about this apartment is everyone knows who's ever done a renovation, the toughest thing to do is simplicity. And the simplicity of this finish out is unlike any other. You will notice all the floating walls. There's not a single wall that abuts anything. Everything is floating with a reveal. And if you look at this Pietro Cardozo marble mantle for the fireplace, its purity and simplicity are exceptional.
Attention to detail is mind-blowing.
What's wonderful about this apartment is you have this massive entertaining space, and then you have a separate sleeping and rest space. So let's take a look at that. So the hallway leads down to the bedroom wing, and we're going to walk past 3 full bedroom suites, all with an ensuite bathroom. But what's most important is this hallway is completely encased in Denizen wood, and it's the level of detailing you simply don't find anywhere.
I love this encasedness of this.
Incredible.
Yeah.
There really is, it's a sensory level of
Even
design,
the
not just
smell.
aesthetics.
Yeah.
So the master suite is truly a work of art. Notice how these doors are impeccably installed with these wonderful hinges that just make the door disappear when not in use. And naturally at this level, the scale of everything is beautifully proportioned. But again, notice how one wall is clad in wood, the other walls are a beautiful soft plaster, and then you have a wall of marble behind you.
Sure.
So every surface has been seriously considered, and every single moment that is supposed to abut in a traditional finish out actually has a reveal and floats, so it adds an element of lightness to the whole look.
My eye keeps going to all these lines, and everything's so parallel and perfect and hidden. It's
And
extraordinary.
that's after many attempts, because to get
I'm
it
sure,
right
yeah.
takes a lot of practice.
I'm sure, yeah. Even that's very zen. It's so quiet, the blinds.
Quiet as well.
Yeah.
80% of the buildings did not exist 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's a completely transformed neighborhood.
Yeah. We were saying this. I used to live on Allen Street in a tiny studio, and I would work in Soho, and I would, spend my whole life walking to and through this area, and it's changed so much.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's an amazing transformation, but for the better.
Yeah.
There was a time when you walked on the Bowery, not so good.
No.
Now I think there are amazing shopping, restaurant options, and it still kept its cool.
Yeah.
It didn't get too generic.
Yeah. I used to have to get to Allen and Houston Street, and if it was late at night, I'd have to check it was clear before I'd run down to my front door.
Make a run for
I had
it.
a few moments where it wasn't quite clear, and I would.
And you look a little scarred from the
Yeah,
experience.
yeah. That's why I live in Westchester now.
So the ensuite master bathroom is beautiful and exquisitely finished out, blah, blah, blah. But what is most important about it is you have natural daylight.
Mm-hmm.
So the natural daylight in here is, as good as it gets.
Yeah.
And again, you notice the floating details continuously go in every single moment of this apartment. The consistency of quality from the street all the way to the roof is astounding.
It's very calming.
It's like we get calm here.
Yeah.
Zen.
Very, very, there's a sensory quality to this design which I think is often missing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times architecture and interior design deals purely with aesthetics, but here I really do feel between the water, the greenery, and the elements that produce a sense of calm, I really do believe you get a sensory value to this design.
Yeah, I think minimal design can sometimes be too cold and artificial, but the natural wood and the greenery, as you said, I think it really brings a natural element here.
And it's also a timeless sense of design, because many of these materials are not even decades old, they're centuries old. So these are tried, true, tested materials that have withstood the test of time and fashions.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important also at this price point, to that when you're buying a collector's item, it's not going to date itself like a Chanel suit.
Yeah.
Although those they don't date too badly.
You're not going to be doing a renovation in 10 years.
No.
Hopefully not.
So I really believe that this is a crowning achievement for Manhattan, because this is such a special building, and people always talk about boutique. This is truly boutique style living, because it is intimate and it's special. It's also the exact opposite of mass production. I call it architectural couture.
Where would you say you've sold so much high-end real estate? I mean, this is the most Zen project I've ever been in. Where does this fit on your Zen meter?
Well, I think if we were to scale it to between 1 and 10, 10 being the ultimate Zen experience, I think this is probably close to a 50.
I agree.
It really is up there. And that could sound like broker speak, which I am somewhat prone to. But
We all are.
in this circumstance, it speaks for itself.
I'm feeling zen, so I can
You are
back
much
you up.
calmer than you were 10 minutes
Exactly, I
ago.
was crazy just now. Now I'm calm.
It's working.
Yeah.
So I'm happy we got to tour this together, because as someone that's worked with the most luxurious brands on the planet, I'm really curious to hear what you think of it.
Well, I think it's amazing. I think it represents what modern luxury is, which is this less ostentatious, almost barefoot luxury. And I feel like I'm at home in here. It's a $13 million apartment, but it's incredibly comfortable as well. And as we all said, it's got that Zen feeling. I feel calm, which I think is something you need when you live in the city.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I know you just got the place in Bedford, but I think maybe we should make an offer on this.
We could lowball him.
Well, thanks for coming for the ride today.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for checking out the apartment.
No, thank you very much.